Greetings everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to do part 2 of my series on a house divided. So in the last video I completed the first turn, which is the first year, 1861. There's not that many turns in it because there's only July, August, September, October, and then November and December are considered like one turn together. So it's the winter turn, just like in 1862, the first turn would be January, February. So I just wanted to review what happened, kind of show you what I did, how things went, if it's following my original plan to follow what the history of the war was like. So in the east here around Washington and Northern Virginia, things pretty went like it happened in the real war. Things got quiet after I did the first battle in the first turn here at Manassas. All I did mostly is just to bring in more reinforcements in and around Washington and Petersburg and Manassas. I left Richmond for now unguarded. I entrenched some units. I mean, it wasn't really necessary, but kind of entrenched and making sure that if I did decide on attack, then there would be some good defense going on. Unfortunately, I did not roll a 6 on any of the turns I did in 1861, so I could not really do a naval invasion like I was planning to do. Mostly I wanted to go to New Orleans in order to kind of help go up the Mississippi River and assist what's happening on that side of the war. So I didn't get a 6, which was really unfortunate, but what can you do? Sometimes the rolls are like that, and I can be pretty unlucky sometimes when I'm playing these kind of games. Some players who've played with me will tell you sometimes my rolls are just horrible, so it's even worse when I'm playing solo. So not much went down. I just brought in some troops. New troops have been added through recruitments in sort of Pennsylvania here and Ohio, but not much else happened here in the east during that first year. I kind of left it quiet, and that mimics what happened in the real war. After the first big battle, there was few engagement here and there in 1861, but mostly the two sides kind of sat in front of each other, kind of looking a little bit, and the Army of the Potomac was actually being created in Washington and trained and organized by George McClellan, the general, the one that at the time they would call the young Napoleon. So not necessarily the greatest fighting general of all time, but definitely a great organizer, a great man. He was the perfect guy at that time to kind of take over the army and really prepare them for what was going to happen later on in the war. Kind of prepare these soldiers for the arrival of Meade and Grant later on in the war. So that's pretty much what happened here in the east. In the center, well, there was a little bit of back and forth over here. There was a few battles going on. South got pushed back in Kentucky, and I was able to capture one city here in Kentucky, which is Lexington. I then sort of entrench these units here, trying to kind of stop the advance. I'm probably going to have to consider bringing some units on this side here toward the Cumberland Gap, just to make sure that the Union doesn't do like a swirl around the side there. So that's going to be one of the things I'm going to have to look at. I entrenched a unit here at Fort Henry and Donaldson, which is going to become a big part of the war in the next few turns, because in around February, March of 1862, that's when Grant started this campaign down the Ohio River, and these forts here would become the center of attention for a little while during the war. I had some other units that came down. I had some recruitment up north, which are going to have to make their way toward St. Louis and Cairo. And here, the north really managed to push back. We went all the way down here to what's called Island Number 10, in here, and it got captured. So in desperation, I entrenched this unit here, which is in Memphis, and I got to find a way to bring more unit here, make sure that I can block the advance of the north. Right now, I don't have a lot of units to bring on the Confederate side, so that's going to become a little bit of an issue. But I mean, we'll see what's going to happen. I'm definitely going to try to keep pushing this down, going to Arkansas Pass and then going down to Vicksburg. And then hopefully by then I'll be able to do a naval invasion and get New Orleans and start pushing north. Now, if I do get that, that's going to become a very difficult situation playing this out, because how am I going to react to this? And there's not that much units that they can put in the field over here to like fight on both sides, so it's going to become a little difficult. Now in the west, at the same time, kind of another theater sort of opened itself up just by surprise. I kind of went in Jefferson City. If you remember, here there's actually a unit here. For the battles just went completely straight Union on that particular side. They just went boom, 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 all the way down to Arkansas now at Fayetteville. So they're really pushing over here. I think I'm going to keep going with that as much as I can. I desperately started bringing up new troops coming from the south here up, trying to block this advance, but this is actually going a lot better than it would have been going during the real war. Most of the action was happening around the Mississippi. So I'm going to keep going with that one. I'm going to go down to Fort Smith and then try to challenge the units here. I'm going to try to bring this militia here as quickly as possible in Little Rock in order to defend it, and with a bit of luck, if I do get lucky, maybe just entrench everything here to block this unit. Technically, I only have 2 of them here, so going downriver with entrenchment, they might be able to hold off here if everything goes well. So there we have it. This is what happened in 1861. I'm going to next few days I'm just going to play 1862 and see how things goes. I'll just make an update video on that. It's going to take a little longer because obviously it's going to be a full year compared to the first year, which is just 5 turns. So this one's going to be a little bit longer, and I'm going to see what's going to happen. I'm going to keep pushing with what I'm doing right now. There's certain areas where it's going to be a little bit more difficult, especially in the center here, because these are really entrenched and they're getting promoted, so they got veteran units. I'm still not close to anywhere to reach my army limits for both sides, so I can still bring in some reinforcements even without any kind of major battle going on. But the way things are right now, there's probably going to be a few of them in the coming year, because it's too many stacks being set up now where I won't have any choice but to really go for a battle on those positions, try to push things out. And I'll just keep some units obviously in reserve in Washington, with the hopes that I do roll a 6 and then being able to actually plan a naval invasion, going to New Orleans first. If I get lucky and get a second one, I would probably go in North Carolina or South Carolina, either one of them, for my second invasion, and trying to kind of force the South to get units over here. That's kind of a trick of this. The Union has the numbers, and the Confederates do not have the numbers, and they do get better much quicker, but the Union can definitely hurt them by spreading things around and making sure that there's so many places that they gotta send units that they end up being weak in key places. So that's what I'm gonna try to do in 1862. Should be fun. Should probably keep me take me maybe 2 days to play that full, maybe 5 turns and one night, and then another 5 turns on the second night, and then by the weekend or the end of the weekend, I'm probably gonna post another video showing the what happened in 1862. Might be a little longer, that one, just to recap everything and see how replaying this great conflicts from the 19th century is going, and see if I can change things a little bit for one side or the other. So this is the review. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're enjoying the series. If you do, please subscribe to the channel. There'll be more videos coming. And if you played this game, if you enjoyed it, if you've got comments on what I'm doing, maybe if you spot something that I might have been wrong in the first video, or some of the rules I might have missed, or something I'm messing up here as I'm playing, let me know. Write a comment. I'll be very happy to have one and read your comments. So until the next video, stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye.